Hey guys, it's me. I have missed you all. I hope everyone has had a good week. Welcome back to Under Construction's channel. Well, we're going to go ahead and just start off with numbers because I'm extremely excited if you can't tell. Yay! Now, I do want to just forewarn you. You may hear some background noise. That's my fan. That's not what I wanted to forewarn you, though. But I do wanted to just forewarn you that every time I start my videos or every time I make a video, it is not going to always be I lost this or, whatever. Because with weight loss, I will tell you the true expectation of weight loss is there are times when you get on the scale and it hasn't changed. There are times when you get on the scale and you gain weight, and there are times you get on the scale and you've lost. And there are many reasons for all of them. Sometimes you've lost some weight and you've built some muscle and there's no change, or you lost a lot of fat and you built a lot of muscle and you see a little bit of a gain. And so from my understanding, that muscle is 3 times heavier than fat. And I did have an opportunity here this week to actually take a look at a pound of fat and a pound of muscle, and it's just amazing how solid, of course, the muscle is, how it looks smaller but it's solid, and how big and fluffy, of course, the fat is. So never be discouraged if you get on the scale and the scale doesn't say what you want. My biggest tip for this week is just remember that the scale is only a tool to help you in your weight loss, to keep track. It is not your weight loss God. I said that this week in a Facebook post, and it's just not. It's not your weight loss God. Yes, we're happy when the scale goes down, but one of my biggest warnings from my What Am I Doing Now video is, there's a chance that if you're doing the wrong thing and you're losing rapidly, that it could be a health issue, that it could literally be you just losing water, or it can be you losing muscle. So in weight loss, the best way is slow and steady does win the race, because if you're just losing water, you're going to gain water weight again. So saunas and belly wraps and all that stuff, that's fine if you're going to do something that's just for a night out. But if you're wanting to really lose weight and you're really on a journey to seek better health on a more permanent level, then you need to understand that this is a thing that's going to take time and some commitment. So, just with that understanding, I'm not going to every time have something to relay to you in regards to weight loss, because I do work out, I do hit weights, I do tone, and there's a fluctuation at times with that. I also try not to weigh myself too often. That's another tip for you. Do not get on the scale every single day. Don't get obsessed, because your weight fluctuates actually throughout the day. When I was getting on the scale all the time and I was obsessed, there would be times where my weight would be smaller in the day, in the morning, and in the middle of the day it would be heavier, and by night I'd be back down. And just don't do that to yourself. Also, I'm coming up on TOM, which for all of those who don't know what that is time of the month. That'll be coming here soon. Pre-time of the month is horrible for women in weight loss. Please do not look at the scale during time of month and be so discouraged and you just quit and you just say, I'm just going to do whatever. And, we can already be extremely emotional at that time anyway. Don't do that to yourself. Keep in mind that it is time of month, and every single time, I promise you ladies, I really mean this, every single time I've ever gotten on that scale time of the month, it can be anywhere from 3 to 10 pounds heavier. Well, your body's undergoing changes to prepare for a baby that, unless you're going to get pregnant, is not going to come. And so once you begin that process of eliminating what your body has built up, for the sanity of the males that do watch this, you will notice the weight loss. And if you continue to do what you're supposed to do, you will either be back to your normal weight, if not smaller, if you've actually been doing, what you need to do to continue your weight loss progress. So that's something else to keep in mind, ladies. Don't let time of the month scare you. That's why you can't make the scale your weight loss God. You can't, because the truth of the matter is, it's a scale. It's a tool. It can't be everything. And there's so many factors that play into weight loss that you have to consider them all before you just look at the scale and go, I'm done. So with that being said, I do have some very, very good news. I'm extremely excited. You wouldn't be able to tell because I'm calling this unofficial. But I got on the scale and it did say 299.4. I have finally breached the out of 300 range. I am no longer 300 pounds. Now, why am I calling it unofficial? Because of all of that I just talked about, weight loss fluctuates. And for me, I won't consider this official until I'm at least 10 pounds under 300. So I will consider this official at 290. And that is because I can gain water weight, I can gain muscle, I can do a lot of things that can take me right back to that 300. And will I be discouraged? No, because I know there's a lot going on and a lot changing with my body because I'm forcing it to. I'm forcing it to recognize and utilize these muscles that before were neglected. And so at 290, you guys will see me post the official under 300 pound video. This is the unofficial, but per the scale, I am 299.4. So I have finally breached out of the 300, which was my first major goal when I started this. I have not seen under 300 pounds in a long time. Like I said previously, I avoided the scale like the plague. I hated it. Now, that is not something I'm telling you to do. Do not avoid the scale, and don't ignore the signs of weight gain when you know you're not doing what you're supposed to do. If you know you're not toning, and you know you're not hitting any weights, and you know you're not exercising properly, and that scale is increasing, then yes, be concerned because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. But if you know you're doing what you're supposed to do, I'm going to say give it a little bit of time, because what I'm noticing that's happening in my body right now is I'm losing and then I'm standing still, but I'm toning, and I see it in my legs, I see it in my arms, I see it in my strength. You know, that's what strength training is for. You know, I see it, I feel it in my energy. So I'm extremely excited to have gotten to this point. It does officially put me at about 86 pounds lost now, which is more than exciting. You know, I can't wait to have that become actually official for me. It is what the scale says it is, but like I said, I'm just picky like that. So that is it as far as weight loss. Now, I did tell you guys I would be talking a little bit about my pet peeve, which is you've got a pretty face. I just really want you guys to know something. That is not a compliment, okay? To tell a woman you got such a pretty face, it's so insulting. Because it's like, okay, what about my arms, my shoulders, my back? You know, we become so conditioned by society and media and magazines of what a woman should look like that we really have zero appreciation now for what beauty actually is. Beauty is just not on the outside. You know, beauty is what a woman presents from the inside out. It's how she behaves, it's how she talks, it's how she cares about you, how she cares about other people. It's not just about, you know, does she have a big round butt and big boobs and a small waist. You know, and it sickens me to actually hear people think this way, and not just men, because I'm going to be very honest, the majority of the people who I've heard say that have been women. Don't tell another woman that. That's just ridiculous, stupid. I'm just going to be honest. It's ridiculous, stupid. If you believe that is a beautiful woman, then it's a beautiful woman. If you don't, then you don't. And don't say it. You know, but don't give that as like a secondary prize compliment. I hate that. Because if you're beautiful, you're beautiful. If you're not, you're not. And some of the most well laid out bodies come with some of the most ill-adjusted attitudes, and I'm sorry, that doesn't make them beautiful. You know, just because their butt is big or just because their waist is little doesn't make them beautiful. So if you ever get a compliment like that, feel free to tell that person that is not a compliment. You know, it's an insult. All of me is beautiful, and until you recognize that, you need to get it right. You know, it just makes me mad. It's a pet peeve of mine. So for all of you out there who are losing weight, who have heard that insult wrapped up in a compliment, let me advise you that all of you is beautiful. Every single part of you is beautiful. You're not going to be any less beautiful with the fat on. You're not going to be any more beautiful with the fat off. You will be healthier. There's a difference. You'll be healthier, but not more beautiful, because beauty does not start from the outside and work its way in. Beauty starts from the inside and works its way out. And I will tell you that if you have people in your life whom you're waiting on them to see the beauty of you after you've lost weight, you need to get rid of them, because if they can't accept you prior to your weight loss, then they don't deserve you after you've lost weight. So, with that said, I love you. Mwah. It's been another awesome week. Bye-bye.